Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sports Breakdown. So I brought in Rohan as well to discuss a thrilling first test match. As expected, as Rohan predicted, it was a draw in Kanpur. Brilliant test match. One of the best test matches I've witnessed. And somehow New Zealand salvaged to somehow manage to get a draw. That last pair of New Zealand frustrating India in just 52 ball. Lasting for 52 balls. That partnership. So thoughts on that, Rohan, especially the last pair first of all. Yeah,
Yeah, it was the Patel and Ravindra batting from New Zealand
yeah.
facing Ravindra and Patel from India, which ended in a draw.
Hmm.
So kudos
Very
to
true.
them. But I
Hmm.
think, as you mentioned correctly, I told because the Kanpur pitch during the winters can be a bit too slow for result at times. I think this is
Yeah,
something the scheduling needs to be looked into. The point of the year where certain parts of the country needs to be selected as host, so that
yeah.
at least these kind of light issues don't come and better teams win rather than these factors helping out teams. So, anyways, as you said, it's a fantastic test match. Good advert for Test cricket.
Very true. Before we start, actually, I've sent the link also so anyone can join. Yeah, I want to show some stats brought in by Varun Prasad, one of our team. Our team members of the Sports Breakdown. So I want to show his stats and his analysis. He's brought out a summary of the first test match, which will be useful for the viewers as well. So give me some wait. I think it's there. Yeah. Varun here, yeah, he's brought in six stats. He's brought the first stat since 2000. New Zealand have only won 8 wins. Has only 8 wins in West Indies, England, Australia, Sri Lanka, and only two of them have come batting last. It's a surprising stat over there from Varun. Yeah. Second one, New Zealand are yet to win a test in India and South Africa since the turn of the millennium. So since 2000, New Zealand are yet to win a test in India and South Africa. So that's another alarming stat which I also didn't know. So that's great from Varun. Yeah. Third stat he's bringing up, looking at the strike rate of Indian spinners against all oppositions, it is against New Zealand that Indian spinners have the least strike rate, and in terms of average, New Zealand fare better than only West Indies. So that's great. Yeah. The fourth one, since 2000, India have lost the first match of the series 6 times, and in those six they have lost the toss 5 times. Wow. I never knew that. The captain, that is a brilliant stat over there from Varun.
I think that's the Virat Kohli effect, I'll say, Pawan.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Fifth one he's brought up, since it is often said that the team winning the toss often goes on to win test matches, especially the home team. Since 2015, India has had the best win or loss ratio at home conditions even after losing the toss. So that's brilliant, especially losing the toss and
Yeah.
getting a first innings lead. After the losing the toss, I mean, usually teams bat first, so batting second and still going on to win the test match in India, I mean, home conditions is brilliant. And 5A, he has brought up India has a win loss ratio of 5.00, winning 10 of these 15 games where they have lost the toss. The next highest being Australia and New Zealand with a win loss ratio of 3.00. That's brilliant. And the sixth and the last one, since 2015, Ravichandran Ashwin has had the highest number of wickets in the fourth innings of a home test match, with Rangana Herath in the second position. Yeah, and Ravichandran Ashwin just became the third highest wicket taker for India. We'll discuss that later, only behind Anil Kumble and Kapil Dev now. So, yeah. So, thank you so much, Varun, for bringing all these stats, and hopefully, we can bring these for all Indian test matches. Yeah, let's go through the post match analysis right now. Yeah, of the first test. Yeah, let's go through the first innings of India. And my first question to you, Rohan, is obviously about Pujara and Rahane right now. Is their form a huge concern right now for the second test in Wankhede, especially
Uh,
Rahane?
Pawan, to be honest, I won't just look at Mumbai Test alone. I'm looking at the coming South Africa series as well, because Mumbai generally is a pitch where it's a bit of a high-scoring pitch, and
Hmm.
Indian batsmen generally love the ball coming onto the bat a lot more. So a
Yeah.
player like a Pujara and a Rahane can score runs in these kind of pitches generally. Rahane, just for information, is the homeboy there in Mumbai, so he'll know the
Hmm.
conditions more better. And Pujara has an excellent record in Mumbai. He has scored 100 there and all. So Mumbai, I don't think should be any concern to these two guys. I know they're in very bad form. The last couple of
Hmm.
years has been pretty low scoring for them. But I won't be concerned
Yeah.
because I think a couple of days ago the batting coach Vikram Rathore also came out in support
Yeah.
of them,
Hmm.
saying that proven
Hmm.
performance. So I don't
Hmm.
see both of
True,
them
true.
being dropped immediately this one, but they may be considered during the South Africa series in case it goes ahead.
Yeah. Because his 2020 average is not bad, 38 and then 71. But this year only, I think most of them are criticizing his average is 19.6, and most of them have been played overseas. So he hasn't played that much home matches, and this is a best opportunity, especially the second test. He can prove himself and come back to form because most of the matches were overseas, and usually in overseas
Yeah,
conditions. I mean, any team struggles. When it
yeah,
comes
yeah,
to their batting, yeah. So you can't criticize much on Rahane. The problem is who's going to give way for Virat Kohli because Mayank Agrawal also has a good average. Dipans is saying how you can drop Mayank. His average is above 19 home tests. But the thing is, Pujara and Rahane, they have been in this test team for, I don't know, I think about 8 years right now. So how I
yeah.
don't know how you can drop
I'll,
one
I'll,
of,
I'll answer that one. I'll
yeah,
give you one by one answer. To start with Mayank only, if the Panshu's question we get in first. Mayank,
yeah,
the way you see he's getting out, his balance is not there. You can see the dismissal of him in the second innings to a
true,
okay, due credit to Team Saudi there, but to get
yeah,
out to a medium pacer in Indian conditions, caught at slips
mm,
when the ball is hardly reaching, that shows he's
true,
pushing at the ball. There is no balance. His footwork is, I mean, the front foot is planting after the ball has been connecting the bat, which shows huge technical
mm,
flaw. So I would advise someone like Mayank to have some rest and get some good domestic cricket game time in, or some kind of warm up match or something. Get him
mm,
touch back because we know Mayank is a quality player. So unfortunately,
yes, true,
when Virat comes back for Mumbai, Mayank may have to drop out. Maybe a Shikhar
mm,
Bharat because of Saha's stiff neck may have to come in
yeah,
and do the part-time opening because
maybe
others may
case,
not be
yeah.
interested to miss the spots.
True, true. Yeah. I think Ace Bharat might have to open with Shubman Gill. That's what, because he opens for his
Yeah,
state as well, I think, domestic state. Yeah. So that would be a good option. And
yeah,
especially his wicket keeping. We'll discuss about that later first, in the first innings of New Zealand. But first of all, we have to talk about the man of the match, Shiraz Iyer. Brilliant knock.
yeah.
Both innings coming as a debut. I think he's only the seventh Indian to be the man of the match in a test match for India in
Yes,
yeah, on his debut. So how good
on
was
debut.
Shiraz Iyer on his debut, and
See,
especially his,
Shreyas
yeah,
Iyer
correct.
debut was pending long.
Hmm.
People may remember the 2017 series against Australia. In Dharamshala, Virat Kohli was injured. Shreyas was
Hmm.
called in as a cover and was supposed to be making his debut. But Ajinkya Rahane's first match as captain, the coach Anil Kumble at that time, they went for a attacking option Kuldeep Yadav, who ended up becoming the fifer, and India won the test match. But Shreyas just
True.
missed out. In fact, the game prior to the test match, in the warm-up game, Shreyas has scored a double hundred against Australia. So he was
Hmm.
in line to play the test series.
Yeah.
Then, because of selection and form and everything, he kind of slipped out. But now he got that
Hmm.
chance. He proved to himself and all his fans, especially the Mumbai cricketing circle, would be very proud of Shreyas Iyer. The way he batted and the situation the team was, from there to take
Yeah.
the team to the score, that average score, par score, you can say. That's what I think pleased everyone of Shreyas Iyer's batting than just coming in when things were good, he batted. No. When the situation
Hmm.
was tough, he stood there and took the team forward. I think that's why in both innings, mind you, first innings
Yeah.
and second innings. That second innings 60 was even more crucial than the first innings 100.
600. Yeah, very true. Yeah, and especially Iyer, I think there was a debate whether Iyer or Sky will be playing in this test match. I think in test for sure, I think Iyer, his style and his approach suits more than Sky for me, because at times I think Surya Kumar Yadav gets a bit aggressive, and I know he has captained. He has captained Mumbai, and Shiraz Iyer has been under him playing for Mumbai in the Ranji Trophy. But with this form of Shiraz Iyer, I don't think you can even drop him right now, even if Virat comes. And he's definitely a starter playing at number 5. Definitely, future, this is good for Indian cricket as well for Test. Yeah. Dipanshu, meanwhile, has come up
See,
with a point, contradict on Mayank. It's unfair to drop Mayank on just match. Why don't you take harsh call on Ajinkya? He's played in all conditions and his average 2021 is 19. I just showed that. Yeah, but he captained this side and I think he's undefeated in test as captain. So I don't know how, as a vice
yeah.
captain, how can you drop Rahane in the first place? And when the batting coach is making Rahane to play, I mean, encouraging Rahane to show the Indian fans, at least in the next test, how good
to
he is
to
as a
give a
player. Yeah.
simple answer to Dipanshu, I'll say, Pawan, this Indian management will rather give you one extra game than drop you with not much backing. They'll give you that one more chance to prove yourself because a guy
Mm,
like a Pujara Rane deserve that. Okay, and
mm,
since it's a home ground, I think they may feel Rane can be given one more go and do. And he's an excellent slip fielder, mind you, in Indian conditions. Our spinners in Ashwin, Aksar, and Jadeja, you need those close in support also. And someone like
mm,
Rahane at slip can take those catches because in this 11 that is there, you don't see anyone other than Rahane as a good slip fielder. If Rohit
yeah.
Sharma was there or someone, he would have taken his place, but they are not there.
Mm,
Once
mm,
Rohit is back or others will be back, then you may think about Rahane's position. Current lot,
true.
I'll still back Rahane for that one more game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's go back to the match right now and let's
Yeah,
talk about the New Zealand bowling in the first innings, especially Team Saudi, especially in challenging conditions. And as a fast bowler, when this is a spin friendly crack in the second day to get a 5 wicket haul, how good was Southee? I mean, he was not that much appreciated. I mean, Latham took his place actually with his 250s in both innings, but how good was Southee? Especially in day two. I mean, when India were 267 for four, Iyer was dominating there, getting 100. Then day two, all of a sudden, New Zealand got India all out for 330, 65, yeah, see,
45.
345. I think only 90 runs for 9 wickets, and then Latham and Young getting a opening partnership, 129 run stand. Yeah. So Rohan, your thoughts, and then we'll bring Aryan also into it. Yeah.
I mean, not just the kind of wickets he took, Saudi, but how long he bowled. That
Mm.
second morning spell was almost what 1.5 hours. He bowled 10, 12 overs on the trot.
Yeah.
So that
True.
was the stamina that was shown there, and not just the skills. Skills we have seen Tim Saudi, good swing bowler, pitches it up, makes the ball talk, has a lot of variations. Fantastic bowling on Indian conditions, as you said, especially in Kanpur. No bounce, nothing in it for a fast bowler. He got 8 wickets in
True.
that game. Kudos to
True.
Tim Saudi, brilliant bowling.
Even Kylie Jamieson, I think, should be given credit also with his 6 wickets. Also, three wickets in both and handling, partnering with Saudi, especially his first overseas test in India. I think Saudi has played test matches before in India, but
Yeah.
Jamieson also, I think, picked up 50 wickets in just 9 matches. Yeah. So, Aryan, your thoughts also on Saudi, especially, and Jamieson in the first innings. Yeah.
No, both have been really good. I mean, they found the swing, and the swing was mainly because of the moisture that
Yeah.
was in the air. In the because in India the winters are here, and we know the weather tends to be very cold in the early hours. And credit to the New Zealand team. Again, I mentioned it earlier. They have really taken care of that ball because if you don't take care of the ball, then there is no chance that you're gonna get the swing that they got. So first of all, credit to the team, and then obviously the skill of both Jameson and Saudi. And the first innings of India 345, bulk of the wickets, 8 of 10 wickets are of pacers. When was the last time we saw that? So yeah,
I don't
brilliant.
know.
But
Yeah.
still, 345 was always a good score on
Mm.
the this kind of a wicket,
True.
tacky wicket, I
True.
would say. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I want to take this comment from Satwik here, Cricket the Tashan. He's saying, I actually won't like to drop both Rahane and Agrawal, but because of the situation created, I have to drop Rahane. Love his batting, but have to drop him. Aryan, your thoughts on this debate? I think with Pujara, Rahane, and Mayank, I don't know who's going to give the place to Virat, you think, in the second test?
Ajinkya Rahane should be dropped. Average of 19 in 2021 playing at home. Well, if you don't score at home, will you score abroad? Where will you score then? Even if he is the captain this match, he has to be dropped. Otherwise, the team balance goes for a big toss. Whoever you kick out, then you can't kick out Shreyas Iyer. Okay, you if
I
you
know.
trust you trust
I will
Pujara
do.
at three. You are trusting Pujara at three, so that is something.
Maybe, but
And
because now when Saha comes back, maybe KS Bharat also might have to open. So there may be
again,
a change over there in the opening. Maybe Mayank can be dropped.
no. I
If
think openers will stay the same. No change up at the top. Mayank and Shubman will be there, but Kohli is a
yeah,
middle order player. Why would you replace a middle order player and drop an opener?
but
Otherwise,
Aryan,
you
but
will.
the thing is, KS Bharat does open for his state cricket. That's what I'm saying, and he
Yeah, he
maybe
might,
Saha will
but
have to be dropped because of a
yeah,
stiff
if
neck
Saha
and
is
he
dropped,
struggled.
KS
Yeah,
Bharat. Then again, if not KS Bharat, then you will send Pujara up at the top. Even if you drop one of those guys, whoever you drop, then you have to push the whole batting order one number up. Each
Hmm.
batsman will bat out of place. That is not something India want, I
But
think. So
Aryan,
this,
don't you think if Mayank is dropped and Bharat replaces him, nobody else's batting order is compromised there?
yeah, that is the thing. But again, would we want to take a chance with Bharat at the top? Who knows? I mean, that is the only option, so you have to take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go through the New Zealand first innings, especially Latham and Young. That 129 runs, I think 150 runs stand, and again a collapse after Latham and once Young got out. But that stumping to get Latham out, KS Bharat, especially talking about him, he's stumping Rohan. Thoughts on that brilliance from KS Bharat behind the stumps, replacing Saha with a stiff neck in the third day. Yeah. So thoughts on that? Yes. Rohan. Yeah. Maybe Aryan can
just a
take
second,
up the
man. There's
question.
a lot of disturbance here.
Yeah, Aryan. Yeah. On
No,
case
he's
Bharat.
a
Yeah.
fine glove KS Bharat, and he's always third in the line after Pant Saha, and so he's been around the circuit for a while. And you've seen the neat glove work in the IPL as well. He's a good
Hmm.
glovesman, and he showed that. And you know how difficult it is to keep to spin on Indian wickets, and he's done a fairly good job. If I want to mark him, I'll just give him 9.5 because no one is perfect. You have to deal with the low bounce. So if you want
Yeah.
to just mark him 9.5 out of 10, brilliant
Hmm.
glovesmanship by
Yeah.
the sticks.
Yeah. Rohan, your thoughts as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Aryan said it. I mean, he's a brilliant keeper, ideally. Sorry, man.
Hmm.
Lots of sound here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Srikhar Bharat, you have seen, he's also he plays for the same club as Ravichandran Ashwin in Tamil Nadu club cricket. So he has
Hmm.
the experience of keeping to these kind of spinners. I think that glove work showed. He kept low. He was very confident in his glove work. A bit unorthodox, but who cares, man? As long as it was effective.
Yeah, unorthodox. Dhoni was unorthodox. So who
Exactly, that's
cares?
why.
True. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Aksha Patel. Day three, I think he didn't bowl. I don't think he bowled in day two. It was mainly Jadeja and Ashwin who were bowling on day two. Aksha Patel all of a sudden comes on day three, picks up 5 wickets. Economy was so good. All three spinners, meanwhile, Jadeja and Ashwin keeping tight lines, not making New Zealand to score runs, especially the lower middle order. But yeah, thoughts on Aksha Patel. Fourth Test match, 5 wicket haul. We'll go with Aryan
See,
first. Yeah, on
people
Aksha Patel.
people will say he's a great bowler. He's picking up fifers. Home conditions, he's proven himself. There's like no need to prove his authenticity. I want to see him perform overseas. How does he do
Hmm.
overseas? Because I think if he play in condition like Australia and South Africa, he'll benefit from the height he has. He'll surely get bounce on those wickets,
Yeah.
but
True.
he doesn't turn the ball that much. So we
Mm.
have to see. But overall, he picks 5 wickets or nothing. That's very good for him, Akshar Patel. So he's been a brilliant addition because you always need to have a backup. You don't know which bowler can go for run, even in test matches. So he's a
True.
brilliant backup for Ashwin and Jadeja.
But Rohan, we have to
Also,
talk
to
about
add on
Ashwin and
Aryan,
Jadeja. Yeah, sure, sure,
Ashwin
Rohan.
and
Yeah.
Jadeja spin the ball a lot more. Akshar spins
Mm.
very little. Sometimes that much is
Yeah,
enough to get those edges
that's
or
why he gets
LBW.
the edge.
Due to the
Yeah,
height,
that's why
yeah,
he
due
gets
to
the
his
edge.
height, yeah,
Yeah,
and especially Ashwin's turn in day five. My God, he got that. He got so much turn with the ball on day five, especially Ashwin. Should have deserved
yeah,
more wickets than Jadeja for me, with how he turned the ball, especially on day
yeah.
five track with the amount of bounce and turn he got. Yeah. But Dipanshu asked a question here on Ishant, and he wants me to take on this. Dipanshu is asking, should India take call on Ishant? Very disappointing from Ishant. No swing, no seam, no wicket, poor takat hua ta. Aryan, yeah. You can.
So he says he was he was very
Tired.
rusty, Ishan Sharma. He was tired, but what can you expect? I mean, economy of two, that's still decent. Ishan Sharma,
Yeah.
you don't have anything on a day five pitch, and he's done decent in spite of his finger getting dislocated. Remember
Mm,
that first ball of today. So I won't
yeah.
say he's done his job, man. No criticism.
I
You
mean,
know.
even
Yeah, hope
Aryan,
Siraj
if
gets
you
better
remember
soon.
this
Yeah.
guy, the night watchman who came, Ishant was the one who started
Summerville.
Summerville.
bowling bouncers at him first.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
That
Summerville,
then
yeah.
Umesh took over and got him out. So Ishant, okay, yeah, he may not play the next test match, I feel, but whatever he
Mm,
did, his spells, he kept it tight enough.
mm, true. Yeah. But talking about Jadeja also, I mean, his lines in the first innings, especially not giving New Zealand, I mean, the low order even to score runs, and
A
how
big
good was
concern.
Jadeja, especially his control. Yeah.
Our rest is good, but the no balls that he's bowled is very cruel, man.
Yeah,
Just
Mm,
imagine those no balls being
mm,
wickets. How
mm,
yeah.
that could have turned the game. So
yeah, true.
he just needs to keep that foot behind the line. Rest, he is very good. And in the second
Mm.
innings, he wreaked havoc today. So we know that how he can. So,
Especially
Yeah.
second new ball.
hmm. And that is the mistake. That is the mistake. 80 overs done. Why didn't you take it right away? Why didn't you take it? Because
Yeah,
had you taken it 2 hours earlier, match would have been done. I'm quite
Mm.
sure of that.
yeah, maybe, perhaps.
And and talking about the first, especially Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor struggled. The two
Taylor.
most experienced batsmen struggled in this test match, especially.
I won't
Yeah,
say Williamson actually struggled because second inning they had to save the game, and he
yeah.
consumed 112 balls. So he did his job. He knew what he was doing. Taylor is looking in a mess. He doesn't want to get hit on the pad, so he's taking his left leg out of the way. And instead of benefiting him, he's giving Indian bowlers a very good chance to
Yeah,
take his wicket. So that is what is happening.
True. Yeah, I
but I
saw
need
that
to
in the
tell
second.
one point here, Pawan.
Yeah.
I know these guys are current World Test Championship and all, but I felt New
Mm-hmm.
Zealand throughout the Test match were very negative and defensive. With
Mm,
three
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
spinners, their over rate was pathetic. 13 overs per
True.
hour.
True. Especially
Even the
Ravichan.
batting, no
Yeah,
intent.
See, I'll
Ravindra.
tell
Yeah.
you where the match shifted for India. After lunch, 84 for 5. Who's
Mm,
bowling?
Yeah,
Why would you bowl Sachin Ravindra
Ravindra.
straight after
true.
lunch?
Yeah,
Ravindra. Yeah.
What kind of a tactic was it? Straight give the ball to Jamieson, give the ball to
yeah,
Saudi. Take India were 100 runs ahead, barely,
yeah,
barely
Mm.
at that stage, and they let the game slip away. And then Ashwin came out and partnership
Saha.
started.
Yes. Yeah, we will talk about Saha.
yeah,
Day four, fighting with having a stiff neck, scoring a half century, had so much doubts. I think his batting, so much critics were criticizing him before. I mean, being selected for this test match in the first place. Because of his wicket keeping skills, especially with the spinners, his experience, which was why he was brought in for this test match. But in a crucial moment, especially we have to talk about Iyer and Saha, both of them scoring
yeah.
half centuries in this second innings. Yeah, Rohan, thoughts on that? Yeah.
I mean, before that, the knock of Ravichandran Ashwin, he was the one who's kind
Uh,
of counter attack when they were what
yeah.
50 for 5 actually. That gave
True.
that
Mm,
momentum a little bit, and once he got out, Saha and Iyer took over.
mm,
Mm,
Also, when a batsman is a bit injured, he doesn't take much risks. He plays within that limitations. That also kind of helped Saha somewhere. We saw that in that Sydney Test match. Vihari and Ashwin were both injured. They could
true.
easily play their own game. That it was like they were in a bubble. They didn't do anything
Mm,
fancy. So that also helped Saha in a certain way. But once he got that confidence, you saw this slot sweep come out, the dab to third man, which are classic Saha shots. Happy for Saha, man. He deserves it. He's always a fighter, always a team man. Never. He's like an
Ah,
unsung hero, to be honest. So well done to
Aki,
true.
Saha.
Yeah.
Happy for him. Good 50.
yeah.
Yeah, Aryan
Sorry
thoughts. Yeah.
for this.
No
Yeah, I
problem.
mean
No problem.
Saha as Rohan summed up is a like fighter Riddhima Saha, and he's been there. I mean, 40 test matches for a keeper, not bad at all. Around about 40 test matches, he's been there. But now Rishabh Pant is the main keeper. He has to accept that fact. He has to also
mm,
accept the fact he's 37, so not much left for him. And he's whatever service he's given, and he will still remain the best keeper for me in Indian conditions any day.
Yeah.
yeah,
In this
Dipanshu reminded a good thing over here. He says, I enjoyed the battle of Nitin Menon and Ashwin, the umpire, and Ashwin. Yeah, that battle especially. Yeah. Aryan thoughts on
But
that. Yeah.
just forget the battle. Just commend the ground. Rahul Dravid has just given 35,000 Indian rupees
Yeah.
to the groundsman.
Great.
Such
Mm,
a good wicket. Such a good wicket. No
mm,
obnoxious turn. Nothing.
mm,
Everybody was in the game, from spinners to batsmen. It was the best Test wicket I have seen in a
true.
long time, and that is
Mm.
why you saw the game going so deep. Otherwise, day four end match is over. You
True.
know, don't
Actually, I would
forget
have
that.
said day three also, Arya.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like against
And
England.
don't forget that obnoxious Pune pitch. Oh my God,
Mm.
what
Oh,
was
A
that?
really good pitch. Very
Yeah,
interesting test match for me also. Yeah. And second innings, yeah, New Zealand did give too many runs. I mean, they could have bowled them out. I mean, being 51 for 5, I don't know. I really don't know what happened with New Zealand, especially they could have got a, I mean, yeah,
I
Rohan,
will
yeah,
say
thoughts on,
bad captaincy, simple Pawan.
yeah. Yeah, let's go through day five, especially today. I mean, the first session, obviously, the night watchman Somerville. Why couldn't India get him out? I know. I mean, Somerville.
India, India couldn't get him out because he is not a night watchman. The technique, the
Yeah.
way he set up, I didn't expect at all. He was right
Mm,
behind the ball. He was playing on the merit of the ball. So he's a decent batsman for New Zealand in the future as well. Someone who can stay there for a while. And the main rock was Tom Latham. He was playing so well. Just that one shot where he was a bit loose, he chopped it
mm.
on.
Yeah,
From
chopped it.
that,
Yeah, Ashwin wicket.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and
Ashwin.
and
Yeah,
the
very
game
unfortunate.
turned from there. Again, both innings, Latham got out. The game turned. That is
Mm,
where the game
Yeah.
turned in both the innings.
true. I mean, only Latham has been performing well. I mean, Young did support him in the first innings, but Latham is the only one who's contributed with the bat for New Zealand because the others have been struggling. I mean, Williamson did show some grit in the second innings, but others have been struggling. But we have to talk about the collapse of New Zealand. Until the last pair, the collapse, Jadeja, Ashwin, and Akshay, we expected this from day five with the turn that they got after the Will Young's wicket, Tom Latham's wicket. A sudden collapse for New Zealand. I mean, the middle order,
Hmm.
especially, yeah. So, Rohan, thoughts on that? Yeah.
I think where it turned was that first ball after lunch when Shubman Gill took that excellent catch.
Yeah,
What happens then? Suddenly, that energy comes through to the team. They feel, oh, one of our own is still alive. You can say is full on. Just after
Mm,
lunch, also didn't have a good lunch and kept sleepy or anything. No, he was completely switched on. First ball, fantastic diving catch. That kind of gives that energy to the entire team. There, that energy was flowing through everyone, and you saw the
but
intensity rise.
yeah.
Every ball you felt a wicket can fall. When that
mm,
intent is there, you'll see all those results come through. Collapse will happen. All closing fielders will be chirping away. The crowd
yeah.
comes in with the cheering. Those things help.
Mm. And Aryan, were you surprised of New Zealand's approach? I mean, first session, I think they scored 75 runs and only lost one wicket. But
No,
after
they
that,
were.
I
I
mean,
think they knew it was a draw. They knew it was a draw from the start, and they played. Actually, they ended up drawing the test, so they did their job, man. And
yeah,
who has taught Ajaz Patel to defend so well? I don't know. From where this guy comes, I was like, Saudi gone. Ajaz Patel will be knocked over in the match. This guy
what a fight. Especially
he was
Rachin
Aryan,
so
Ravindran.
perfect in his defense.
First innings,
in
I
case
think
the
also.
light was good, I am 100% sure someone like a Umesh Yadav would have come and balled few bouncers at this Ajaz Patel and have got him out. It's just that pitch and the light factor that helped this guy. Or else these fellows wouldn't have
Yeah,
stand a chance against
that is the
us.
thing.
True, yeah. Rachin Ravindran, especially frustrating India, 18 of 91. But commendable. I think the both teams deserve a draw. I think in my opinion, I think New Zealand also did a great job. They won a day, especially day two. I think
Okay,
New Zealand.
okay, I have to go, guys.
Yeah, sure, no problem, Aryan. Yeah, but Rohan, yeah, day two. I think 2 days itself. I think New Zealand were ahead of India. I know India did dominate this Test match and could have won it. yeah, unfortunately the light factor affected the India, especially that last session. Yeah, but coming to the second test match, Rohan. First of all, I
Yeah.
think we talked about Ashwin's tremendable. I mean, he's becoming the third highest wicket taker for India from this test, surpassing Harbhajan
Yes.
Singh. What do you? I mean, Ashwin. Hope he plays more test matches. I don't know. Now, I don't know when Virat comes back. What will happen with Ashwin once again? But yeah, thoughts on that? Yeah, on Ashwin's
See, I think almost around this time, 10 years ago, he made his debut. So around
against West Indies.
418 wickets is it now that he has picked
Yeah,
up.
I
A
think
commendable
he was
effort
man of the
again.
match. He was man of the
Yes,
match in that
against West
match.
Indies, I think in Delhi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has come a long way, man. He has learned the tricks. He started out. I've seen him even before he made his test debut, where he was relying a lot on the pitch to get his wickets. But ever since his debut, couple of years later, when all these ideas came out that he's not performing overseas, he changed the bowling action a little bit, the load up, the hip rotation for a spinner, if you may understand. His hip rotation was more. He put a lot of body into his bowling now. That's where you can see the
Mm.
results. I mean, he's always been a
Because
wicket taker in home conditions, but in abroad, like in England, Australia, we saw the difference in his bowling. That's where he has
mm,
grown. He has evolved as a
mm,
better spinner. And also, I think Dipanshu mentioned, he's a fantastic student of the game. He knows the rules in and out. The way he
mm,
countered Nitin Menon was superb to watch.
mm, mm. And he's very brainy. Especially, I watch his YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Also, he knows everything. He knows so much knowledge on cricket. So that's great for a spinner,
yeah,
especially. But I think once I think he was out of form and he was dropped right in the test squad. I think
yeah,
2017-18 he had a bad period. He was he's now also obviously dropped from the limited overs. He was brought back for in the New Zealand tour. Yeah,
yeah,
but that bad
yeah.
period especially, and the way he fought back to this playing 11 for India. Yeah, that bad patch period for Ashwin.
That bad patch actually complemented because of one injury also that he had, due to which he could
Hmm,
not bowl properly. So that kind
true.
of has any sportsman, if these things happen, man. Injury is part and parcel of the game. That kind of shows your performance also. But it's not just that. What happens after that? He came back. He delivered. He kind of compensated for that bad patch, right?
True.
That's what a
True.
champion is. Everyone goes through a
Hmm,
bad patch. For example, I won't be surprised like if a Pujara or Rane comes in gets 100. That's a champion,
hmm, hmm,
right?
true. Yeah.
So same thing. Certain things you don't go by stats and form, etc. Certain players you let them be. Don't criticize too much. They may come back and bite you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because I saw him practicing a lot in Chennai. He practiced in the nets,
Yeah,
fought. I mean, played for Tamil Nadu. In
yeah,
domestic, somehow got his place back, and we see how Ashwin is doing tremendously. Right now in all formats of cricket. Yeah, so that's great to see from Ashwin a good fight back in his career. He deserves it. I think he'll surpass Kapil Dev hopefully soon and becomes the
yeah,
second.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully he can play, has a long test career to get
See,
even
at least
Anil
I'm
Kumbre's
sure
record. Yeah.
if he's fit enough, he'll play at least 3 or 4 years more. Test cricket, I'm talking.
Hmm.
T20
Yeah,
one day and all depends on form, fitness, and other guys' performances also. But Test cricket, undoubtedly number one spinner currently in India.
true. Yeah, and the economies of all three spinners, Ashwin, Akshay, and Jadeja. I know day five they turned the ball. I mean, they did a fabulous job, especially Jadeja. The way he got criticized in the ICC Test Championship. I know it's home conditions, but him trumping over Akshay Patel in the second innings. Yeah.
See, Jadeja is a proven performer, Pawan, especially as you said in home conditions. There's no one like him. He balls quick through the air. He doesn't give the batsman any time. You see, at least 1.5 minutes his overs are completed.
Yeah.
So there is like relentless,
Yeah.
and he balls pretty much on the spot every ball. A few may spin, a few may not spin. He himself may not know which may spin or not. So imagine the batsman. A
Hmm.
bit similar to what Rangana Herath used to do. Only thing is
Yeah,
slightly
true.
quicker. That's all.
Hmm.
Very
True.
same template of bowling, attacking the stumps, LBW. These will be their main modes of dismissals. So
True.
Herath also was a great bowler. Jadeja trying to stick to his strengths. That's what he will do well in home conditions. Foreign, I mean
Yeah.
abroad, as you know, he also is improved nowadays. We saw in England he's starting to use the rough well, little slowing down the flight of the ball. Certain things he's picking up. I'm sure he'll get better by playing more.
I think the issue only is, I think, with the no balls, that he needs to do something on that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I
See,
mean, a
that's a
spinner, I
cardinal
think
sin
it
for a
is
spinner, man.
acceptable to bowl a no ball, right? And him
Yeah.
continuously doing that. Yeah, so maybe he can do something on that, especially.
I mean, he's not a tall guy to bowl no balls because of his run up or anything. So I don't see
Yeah.
the reason why he's bowling.
Hmm.
So it's surprising,
If
a
it's
little
like
thing
Aksha
that he needs
Patel
to
or
work on.
someone,
I'm
it's
pretty
okay.
sure. Yeah,
If it's Aksha Patel, at least it's okay. But he's doing it even in IPL also. He's doing it even in test matches. Yeah. So that's the only thing I think. Otherwise, I don't think
he's
you can
doing it for a
criticize much.
long time, Pawan. He's doing it for a
Hmm.
very long time. That's the problem. He has
Yeah.
not learnt it.
Hmm. True. Yeah, last question for you. I mean, even for us also from the this thing. What are the changes that both New Zealand and India might do in the second test in Mumbai, which starts on Friday? And especially, you must be knowing about the Wankhede pitch also more than me. Yeah. So thoughts. I think a forced change. Obviously, Virat's going to come back, but who
Yeah.
will replace him? And Saha also could be a doubt for the second test. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. There may be one more change. I'm not sure about Ishant's fitness. One second, his impact also. I may get in someone like a Mohammad Siraj, who is a better
But if
test
Virat
bowler nowadays. He
has
has
Virat
improved a lot.
recovered? That's the issue.
Yeah, you see, he had a very normal webbing cut, man. I think he has got
Hmm.
1 week to heal it. I'm pretty sure he will play Siraj, and also as we discussed, maybe Bharat for Mayank. I feel I know it's sad for Mayank, but I hope he gets his technical issue sorted quickly, and hope our Pujara and Rahane do something well, and else I see pretty much the end for them unless they do something magical.
But the thing is,
Pujara
after
certain
this
extent
test,
okay, but Rahane definitely.
but after this test match, when Rohit Pant, who else? Yeah, Rohit
Rahul,
Pant. Now Kohli is coming back. Yeah, Rahul comes back. Iyer, I think Iyer might have to give way. I mean, Iyer and maybe either Pujara or Rahane might have to give way.
see that's for South Africa tour, Pawan. For immediate
Yeah.
thing, I'll say these guys will keep their place, and also we not
Do
forget
you think
the
would it
coach
have
is
been better
Rahul
if
Dravid.
Virat actually rested for the second test? Also, would it have been better if Virat didn't come
Then
and
don't you
get
think?
involved in this test series?
I agree, but don't you think going up to a series like South Africa, where India is looking for its first series win, hopefully, they want Virat Kohli with some game time, man. He's our key
Hmm.
player. They want some runs,
But I
maybe in
think the
home conditions
South
before
Africa
going.
tour is also a doubt. I think the South Africa tour is also a doubt because
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
Omicron variant. Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
whether it will go ahead.
yeah. That's why. But these things are pre-planned, right? Already. So I don't think that that's in anyone's hands. It's up to BCCI and CSA to decide all those.
Hmm.
New Zealand,
For
I'll
New
say
Zealand, yeah.
I was completely unimpressed by any of their spinners. They won't
Hmm.
even trouble anyone. I'll tell you. If you and me play, their spinners won't get us out. On Indian pitches, Ajaz Patel, Samar, they weren't doing anything with the ball, man. It was
I think
easy runs.
Ravindran
Uh,
is impressive. Bad.
See, hardly. I see. When I look at a spinner, they should feel like they can get you out, or at least they're setting you up. These guys are doing
Hmm.
nothing. When a team is 5 down, 6 down, they are not looking to get wickets. They're giving away easy singles. There's a long one, deep cover at boundary. No, no, no. That's not the
Hmm.
way. You have to build pressure, dot balls. Don't give a single. Even if you get hit for a boundary, no problem. At least you're
Hmm.
bowling the same guy. You're giving away easy singles. So the batsman will
Hmm.
feel okay. This guy is not getting me out. I can just bat him out. That's not the attitude. You'll succeed here in India. So at least, I don't know. They have this guy Neil
Maybe a
Wagner is
Santner
there.
might come in. Maybe a Santner might
Santner.
coming in instead of Ravindran possibly,
There is even
because
a
I
guy,
do.
this Daryl Mitchell.
Yeah, but the thing is, Jamieson has been doing well in this test match. I don't know if Mitchell is coming. Maybe he could open also. He's open also. I don't know where he'll bat.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And Henry Nicholls'
But
form
see,
also has been very surprising in this test match. Also, yeah.
yeah, this guy did. He looked clueless to the spin. I mean, today getting beaten on the outside edge. That
True.
shows
Yes.
huge technical deficiency against spin. I
Hmm.
am looking because
Yes.
in Mumbai it's more bouncier. It will help bit of fast bowlers pretty mature. Early morning there will be swing and seam. Wagner can be
Maybe
useful on. He
Wagner can
loves to
come
ball
in.
those bouncers. Maybe I
Maybe
mean,
Wagner can come in.
uh, see, if you think from New Zealand point of view, Indian batsmen weren't troubled by the spinners. They may like to
True.
go back to their strength, which is fast bowlers. Drop
Hmm.
one of the spinners and get Wagner in maybe.
Wagner.
And
Hmm.
I don't know about Nichols whom they may get in. Either Mitchell or whoever
Maybe
is there.
Phillips.
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 Yeah, someone,
Yeah.
someone. Because Henry
Hmm.
Nichols, I tell you, is a sitting duck to be taken.
Hmm. Even Ross Taylor's form has been a bit concerning. I mean, I know he's a very experienced batsman. He's contributed for New Zealand for so many years. But Ross Taylor also
I
right
mean,
now, I
Taylor
think.
you can be excused because don't you think they all were in quarantine, hardly any match practice. So
True.
maybe a
Hmm.
first game you can give an excuse, but he is
Yeah,
also a
true.
quality player, man.
Yeah, true. Especially in home conditions, he's a really quality
Yeah,
player, especially so can't criticize him much. Yeah, I think we went through everything. I think on this, yeah, no comments. Also, one Pipansu is saying poor performance of Pujara and Rahane, but why should Mayank suffer on just behalf of just one match? I think that's a big debate. Let the Indian selectors decide on
yeah,
that, and Rahul Dravid and the batting coach on who's going to be dropped in for Kohli. Maybe I don't know. It's maybe one of those three. Let's see what happens. Yeah, but right now I think India should go confident in the second test at in Mumbai. I think they have a great chance of winning the test match. But yeah, let's see how New Zealand also is going to be interesting this test series. Yeah. Second test, do you expect a result? I mean,
yeah.
India will.
Mumbai I expect, but going by history, I think Mumbai pitch you don't have to depend on the toss. You play well, you can win. It's not like you bat first, you can win or anything. There is always something in
Hmm,
it for the bowlers. More importantly, bounce. So an edge will carry to your slips and closing fielders, which is very important for any kind of bowler. So because of the
hmm,
bounce, I expect the result to come. Even Mumbai, I feel at least second day, third day, runs will be on the huge side. I'll say 300, 350, 400. But again, fourth day, fifth day, things will turn.
okay.
Red soil
Yeah,
pitch,
we'll
mind
end
you.
things. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll end things. Yeah. So thank you so much, Rohan,
yeah.
for coming once again.
Thank you, Pawan.
Yeah, hopefully we can discuss about the match. Yeah, second test match. Yeah. Which starts on the 3rd December. Yeah. So let's see according to the schedule, because I think once the second test match finishes, the Ashes start on the 8th December. So
Yep.
pretty busy schedule coming up. Yeah, in December. Yeah, with the Ashes also, I think that will be the main priority. Yeah, coming up. Yeah, and also LPL also, but mainly the Ashes. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Yeah, but thank you so much, Rohan, once again. Yeah, and hope you join. Yeah, for many
Good
more.
day.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Rohan. Yeah. So we'll end things over here. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching. I know zero viewers are watching. But yeah, later I'll be doing a video on Colombo stars, and I'll be analyzing that. I'll be doing it in both English and Sinhala. Yeah. So please do subscribe to the sports breakdown. Please click the notification bell on as well. And let's meet you in the next video. So thank you so much, guys, and see you. Please be safe. Please follow the health guidelines because of this new COVID variant. Wherever you are watching in the world, if the Omicron variant has come right now, please be careful. Please stay at home. Wherever you are watching in the world, please be careful of the new variant. Get the booster dose if you haven't, and if you haven't get vaccinated, please get vaccinated. And yeah, please wear a mask, please wear a face shield. Yeah, just follow the health guidelines and you'll be okay. You'll just be okay. Just advising on behalf of the sports breakdown to the viewers around the world. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys, and see you in the next video.